All right. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, after the break, we are back with the live telecast. So, this is Don Sherman, all the way from Melbourne, Australia, and coming out to you with a chit chat with Sohan Veerasinghe. I've been trying to get him online with this other facility, but unfortunately, there was some technical error went through. Now, I'm right here with this right connection, and I believe that Sohan Veerasinghe will be join out any minute, and yes, I'm bringing him on live, and that's what I'm trying to get him. Okay, so let's see, he's coming through on live in any minute. All right, I'm trying to send the invitation. Yes, adding Sohan Veerasinghe online and having a little bit of a chit chat just to have the fellowship. And I hope that everyone is feeling good and safe. And then the moment the Sohan Veerasinghe come online, we can have a chit chat. Let's see how this gonna be. And he's coming through all the way. I think it's connecting. Mr. Sohan Veerasinghe, good evening,
Hi,
sir.
hi, Don.
You can hear me properly.
Yeah, you almost fell asleep here.
Now, actually, I was trying my best to connect you with the other way, with my other high-tech computer and everything. But failing that,
Yeah.
I thought of going on the telephone and have a little chit chat. So
I
glad
think
to have you,
low tech,
Swana. Yeah, so glad to have you.
low tech is better today.
Yeah, see how quick that you came to Melbourne. But it took a little bit of time to get the visa and get the right flight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, now I want to ask you little things before we start up the conversation. How are you feeling? Good, and how are you safe? And then tell me how you taken a couple of vaccinations and everything.
Yeah, I've taken all the vaccinations, feel on top of the world. But of course, I did get COVID on April 21st. I was in hospital for about 11 or 12 days, but I made a complete recovery. Thank God, because I had already taken the first vaccine when I got COVID.
Oh my God,
But
I
now,
didn't know about it. You were not mentioned
yeah,
that on the Facebook, right?
no, I didn't. I didn't really. But then after that, I was very I was talked to a lot of my musicians and managed to convince them also to take the vaccine.
All right.
One of the
So coming back to the vaccinations on now you have taken both the vaccines.
yes.
Now, some people are reluctant to do this one. Would you have any message, because it's a personal choice, right? So, but
Okay.
some people say, "Hey, come on,
But
I don't want to take the vaccination."
yeah, Don, I don't understand it because now all scientific data says that people who have got the vaccination are protected even if they get COVID again. It's just mild attack only. And then now things like if you take Kent, McDonald's, Burger King, all this stuff we eat. Then we go to Chinese restaurants and have Ajinomoto and all that. We never think of it, but we don't know what goes into it, but we have it. But when it comes to this vaccine, we are very scared to take it. But I mean, I know so many lives it has saved. I respect all opinions. You know, if somebody for religious reasons does not take it, but by and large, all scientific data shows that if you take the vaccine, you get a lot more immunity and you can fight this disease. I am one of these guys. I think I saved my life because I had got the first vaccine and the doctors told me because of that I didn't have any breathing problems, only mild symptoms. When I came out of hospital, I took the second one too, and now I'm very careful, Don, because you don't get a second chance at life. Today, this morning, one of our prominent politicians, Mangal Samaraveera, died. I'm not sure if they had taken the vaccines or not, but he was very bad at the ICU. And I had to mention that he passed out just a few hours ago. So it's a scary situation. And in Sri Lanka, we are having a lot of infections. Sometimes we are having, I think, more positive than negative people. So difficult to find a negative person now. Practically everybody is positive. So we have to be careful. One way of doing it is being inside a lockdown. And I am totally locked down. I don't want to go out except if it's absolute necessary. I wouldn't go out, Don. That's how it is.
Okay, very good information, Swana. You are just giving as a prominent personality in the music industry, as well as a well-known figure across the world. for Sri Lankans. Now, I'm definitely sure you have missed a big time traveling, because I know you've been traveling like a bird across the different
Right.
parts of the world every time that you are on air and you are in different country. And now tell me, how do you experience this new normal? Tell me on that.
Well, the question is, we can't go to any of the countries now, and because we are not, Sri Lanka is on the red list anyway, so we have to wait till things get normal. And even other countries that we normally go to, they say they are also not in a situation to have a big show or something like that. So no
Yeah.
justification in town, because everybody is socially distancing. So I suppose we have to accept it. Because it's not something local. It's a pandemic. Even in Australia, we all affected. So we have to just sit it out and be patient and be positive and hope that things will come back to normal maybe in a year from now or 2 years from now. But there's very little that we can do but accept the situation, Don.
Yeah, I understand. Now, I want to ask you and go into deep. Now, in here in Australia, there are musicians. Maybe I would say they're part of the band or maybe performing. That's their side income. But I know as a fact that Sri Lanka, the musicians are purely maintained by their profession of music and going with
Right.
the gigs and doing the recording. Now, tell me honestly, Sohanaya, how pathetic and how crucial that full-time musicians are going through with these days.
It's really bad because people who had music as their profession and didn't do anything else is finding it very bad. Our income has come down to zero. I know lots of musicians who are too. I think they're feeling ashamed to ask, but they are doing really badly. I have been able to help some musicians in Sri Lanka, especially because of a musician. No, because of a Sri Lankan in Australia, who's domiciled in Australia, who has been helping a lot. He's been sending me a fair amount of money. He's a Sri Lankan who was in Sri Lanka doing a lot of shows and all that. He's now in Australia, and he has been
Hmm.
very helpful. And through his friends, he has collected some money, and which I have been able to give our musicians to get their groceries and stuff. It has come in very useful. The government, when we lock down, they also give some money to the people, but it's still not enough because we are not wealthy like the Australian government, so everything is limited. So if every little help that you can give right now will be appreciated. I know this gentleman has been continuously helping me. He doesn't want to mention his name, but thanks to him, I've been
Okay.
able to help a lot of musicians in Sri Lanka at first hand.
Very, very grateful those type of gentlemen and those type of entities or anybody who can just generate some income and helping our fellow Sri Lankans, because I know Australia is a hub for Sri Lankan musicians and actors and actresses and lots of artists, because most of the weekends are we've been packed with shows and entertainment. I'm definitely sure, Soane, you must have got many invitations unless this pandemic situation when came through. Now, going
I think
again, going
there
going
for a,
again.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, Sonay.
I've been,
Now, going again in closer to the recent lockdown, Sri Lanka was experiencing with lots of parties, weddings, and so many gigs went through until the last few weeks. Now, how you manage with those type of things affected with the right current situation?
okay, we took out all the restrictions, and the government allowed us to do weddings for up to 150 people and things like that. But the question is, our people are not disciplined enough, Don, frankly, and they abused this right by, for a wedding which could have only 150, we ended up having 250, 300 people, and that caused a lot of infections. And as a result, we were not socially responsible. So I don't blame the bands. I blame some of the hotels also and the organizers for stepping over the
Yeah.
mark. And as a result, the government was forced to put restrictions again, because there was a lot of criticism against our musicians also, against bands, against hotels, against establishments that didn't stick to the proper safety protocols. As a result, they had to ban us completely, and now we are actually locked down, and there's no entertainment even in hotels, in lobbies, in nightclubs, sing-alongs, dances, weddings. Everything has got cancelled across the board. That is because I think that you can't blame the government alone, but we ourselves and the people also should have been more disciplined. But I think now we have realized the bitter lesson, because everybody is at home and everybody is locked down and everybody is suffering and everybody is having either no income or very low income.
Yeah, I can see that people are having lots of different other avenues to generate the income. I got to know some people doing some ridiculous different options to earn the money. In fact, some I would say the rich people coming out and selling string hoppers and various other things. That's very pathetic and so crucial. But it is not for one particular party or one particular group or one particular people. It's everybody's suffering from top to the bottom, I would say, in general life, unless some extraordinary people. Now, Sonia, going back to the music industry now, tell me now, these days, are we, I mean, do you get a chance to do some, since everybody's at home, do you get a chance to do some originals or maybe coming up with some new songs or anything like that, just because of
Yes.
everybody's at home and they are free to do something, writing
I think
songs or whatnot?
is a wonderful opportunity. This pandemic is a wonderful opportunity. This lockdown where we can start creating songs without just doing covers. Speaking for myself, I have my own recording studio and I have done about 6 or 7 originals, new songs.
Wow.
And yeah, some of them are coming out. One song, new song I had done is called Siumelia. It's got quite popular. You'll hear it very soon on YouTube and all that. And I know I've been encouraging a lot of other musicians to do your own versions. And I'm happy to say that a girl called Johanni, who did a
Yes.
actually song, she has 53 million hits, and I'm so happy that she's one Sri Lankan who has put us all on the map. And this will be an inspiration for a lot of other people also to start, doing something on their own or a different version and getting noticed, because YouTube has become a very, very good prominent platform where we can exercise our talents. So I think I like to tell all our musician friends to become very, very creative. Now that there's no other work, make use of this time. Let's do something, get back into the studios. Let's start composing, writing songs, doing lyrics, because one day you can say that the pandemic became a useful tool for all of us.
Correct. And taking the pandemic into a positive impact and doing something best to yourself and best to the community as well. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, talking about the fellow musicians, now we got to know that recently Sunil Pereira is going through with this COVID-19, and you're one of the very good friend of Sunil Pereira. How is his situation right now?
Actually, he is very much better, out of danger. And in fact, I know one of my good friends spoke to him for 10 minutes, Raj Sinivaratna, spoke to him for 10 minutes. And I also spoke to Pial, his brother. He's doing well, but still they are doing some tests and making sure that he's perfect all right before they release him. His entire family got COVID except for one daughter. So situation was not very good. And I think his cousin Neville died 3 days ago of COVID. So that's actually, he's the founder member of the Gypsies. So it's a very dreaded disease. And I think they don't want to take any chances with Sunil. So until he's perfectly all right, they won't release him. But I want to tell you something, Don. He's one of the people who first called me when I had COVID and asked about my health and all that. Then I told him about the vaccinations. And for some reason, I tried my best, but I couldn't convince him to take the vaccine. Various things he said, Machang, because Ridenawa, Machang, make a gatot mona wait than Machang mata drink ganda various things. And he, of course, felt how he is larger than life. And all that. But unfortunately, it just happened. But I think he has learned. Now I think he tells everybody to take the vaccine. And a lot of people have taken the vaccine after they saw what Sunil went through, because he went through a very, very bad time. He was on oxygen. He was in the ICU and all that. And thank God, a miracle. And everybody was praying for him. And he's very much better. Very soon, he'll be coming out. And he told me he's going to do a song very soon. It's called Mama Navata Ava or something like that.
Wow. I was in my mind saying that to myself, if Sunil Ayya is gonna release a song with his experience of this
Yes.
one, definitely it's gonna be another hit of him as well. And
Yes.
going back to the artist lifestyle now, as with Sunil Ayya's incident, lot of rumors going through, so on every place across the social media, like like the crows and Fox, everybody just passing or rather just forwarding various message without knowing the truth. I know it was very bad. And how do you look at this as a veteran musician, veteran artist?
Okay, it's like this. Some people love to be the first person to give out news, whether it's good or bad. So they go around, and if they hear something without even checking, they go and say that person has passed away or something, and it's very bad. Recently, a case of Atul Adhikari. He's a well-known musician as Atul and Samita Atul. He
Yeah.
did a teledrama where in the hospital he is getting oxygen. Somebody took this picture and said that he's
Oh
his
my
life.
God.
Yeah, until his daughter had to come on Facebook and say, no, this is from a teledrama called Devitura teledrama. It's from that, and he's perfectly all right. So this is how it happens. So there are a lot of rumors, and what I feel is you have to when you hear something, even about Sunil, we first check with Pia. When we saw these pictures of him, we never put anything on Facebook. Although we knew him, I have known him for almost 40 years. We didn't want to say anything till we really found out from Pial, because there's so much rumors about various people passing around. So I'd be very careful what you put on Facebook, because it starts going viral. So even about politicians and all that, these things, half of the things you hear are fake news. So you have to ensure that you know what you're doing. One of the best things to do is to go to the news channels in the night and check one or two. Not one channel. You can check on Hero, Sirasa, the national TV, everything, and then you get an idea of exactly what's happening in the country. And then, of course, if you take something from those channels, most of them are fairly responsible, then you can actually talk about it on social media without knowing anything. Just because somebody phones and says, you should not go ahead and start splashing pictures on Facebook and upsetting everybody else. Second thing is, it's always nicer if you're a little positive, because people sometimes morally also they are depressed when they hear a lot of bad news. Some people listen to every news broadcast in the morning, and in the morning pastare vistare, in the evening they watch every news broadcast, and then ultimately they are perfect normal people, but they are feeling so depressed they don't want to even open a window thinking they'll get COVID. So that's also bad. So we must be, because I think sometimes if you're positive, you can fight this disease, because it has a lot to do with your mental makeup also. So I think it's good positive, because if you get it, you handle it. Like I had to handle it. And by the way, Don, when you get it, what's wrong is you suddenly feel you're all alone. Although my son also had COVID and he was in the same hospital, he was in another room and we could not even talk to each other. So finally, you're all alone. You got to fight it alone. So it's best that you be careful, do all the safety protocols, the steam inhalation, washing of hands, wearing masks, and now double masks also. It's good, because nobody can help you. And this present virus is very, very deadly and highly infectious, especially the Delta variant, which played havoc in India. And right now it has hit Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and we're all feeling a massive increase in infections because of this virus. It's very viral, it's very virulent, and very easy to get it. So you have to observe maximum care. I would say unless it's really urgent, you should stay at home, because you're at a risk for others also, not only yourself, because you might have the disease and have no symptoms and you go and give it to somebody else. So you have to be socially very responsible, Don. That's what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't go out unless it's absolutely necessary.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very good point taken. And Sonia, just would you like to share the experience, because I'm glad that you recovered very quickly. And would you like to share the experience in your post and the past, or rather not the post, the post COVID, the current lives in the health condition, how you're experiencing after the recovery?
COVID, I was lucky enough because I had taken the AstraZeneca vaccine, the first dose. So I was in the Mount Rainier hotel, but it was turned into hospital. There were 330 other patients. Out of that, about 140 of us who had taken the vaccine didn't have any symptoms except I had a sore throat, loss of appetite, and I lost my sense of smell towards the end. Apart from that, I was nice, fine in the hotel. They looked after me very well. But only things, I didn't even recognize the nurses or the doctors because they were all in their full protective attire. And I only knew they were very nice to me, and they used to check my blood oxygen level and give me vitamin C and some kottamali and stuff like that. Apart from that, I feel fine. I could still speak to all my friends outside, only I couldn't see them. Then when I came out, I realized for about a week or two, none of my friends even wanted to see me. Although I was now past the 14-day period, I was still quite, now I couldn't, but still people were worried because they didn't know how far I could be still infecting people. So for about a month after I got the vaccine, I realized people still didn't want to come over and even have a cup of coffee with me because they all heard that I had got COVID. So you have to accept these things when you come out of it also. Maybe your best friends, but they were worried and they didn't want to come and meet up with me. They also always spoke to me on the phone, but they avoided coming. And my daughter in America warned me that's going to happen, that people are going to be a little scared to come and meet you because they still feel you give them the virus. When I came out of it, one thing I did was I spoke to all my musician friends who were not very keen on getting the vaccine. I said how important it is to get it, and I said how it saved my life. And I must say, more than 25 musicians I knew who checked with me went and took the vaccine because they knew what happened to me. And I said, please go and take the vaccine. I said because scientific data, everything says you have to get the vaccine. And unfortunately, our people had gotten into this panier and that panier and Dhammika panier and all these things, and they were believing in this, which turned out to be rubbish. So then they started taking the vaccine. And once I got these prominent people to take the vaccine, very many others also took it. I must say most of the musicians have now taken the vaccine. Few of them for religious reasons and all that didn't want to take it, which is fine. But by and large, the majority have got vaccinated now, which is a good sign. And the government is going all out to vaccinate everybody so that more than 70% of people get vaccinated. We'll have this herd immunity, which is going to help to bring down the infections again. Because right now it's not going out of control. But I think the vaccination is taking place 24/7. So I believe that within a month or so, things will start improving. The death rate will start coming down. Infection rates will come down, and we will be, somewhat normal. So I think we'll have to learn to live with the vaccine, with the disease or the virus for some time, Don, because it's a worldwide thing. There's no quick fire solution, but taking the vaccine has saved my life. So if I would tell it 100 times more. If I get across anybody, I say, please go and take the vaccine because it might not only save your life, save the lives of your family, your neighbors, your friends, and everybody else. So if you all start thinking like that, it will be good. Because I know we have been taking vaccine for everything. Those days for chickenpox, for BCG, all this stuff. But only when it comes to them, because this is again because of various false opinions given by people. Not that so people are getting confused. Some say if you take it in 1 year's time, you'll die. Some says if you don't take it at all, you're fine. So these things happen. And as you can't see the virus physically, as long as you don't see it, you don't worry about it. Now, about mosquitoes, about dengue and all that, we are worried because when we see mosquitoes, we know if they bite us, we'll get dengue. So we are careful. But this virus, COVID-19, we don't see. So we think we are fine until it hits you.
Correct. Absolutely correct that you're informative. And Sonia, just a little thing that I want to ask you, personal thing. Now, after the recovery, do you feel any difference in your breathing, or especially if you try to sing, that your breath control or anything like that?
I have been doing recordings also after that. The first 2 weeks, I was feeling a little bit weak and there was some slight body pains and stuff like that, but I'm perfectly all right at night. But the thing is, every person's body is different. So there are some people who are still feeling the effect. They are feeling still tired, various after effects. So Don, perhaps if you get COVID, I hope you don't get it. If you get it, your symptoms may be different, Sometimes different you might feel. Yours, yeah. As for me, I'm perfectly fine, touch wood. And I didn't have any after effects as such. My biggest problem was the sore throat. because I couldn't swallow things. But it helped in another way because I was able to lose 3 or 4 kilos because I couldn't eat the food that I like to eat because of the sore throat, and that helped me a little bit in that sense. But apart from that, I have no after effects at all. Then the first thing I did was, as soon as I came out, within another 2 weeks, I took the second vaccine. I took the second dose also. Now, I'm thinking of a third dose, which too I'll be one of the first to get, because I believe that it could save not only your life, the life of your families and friends and all that.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. And Sonia, one more thing I want to ask: when it comes to your band, the Experiment is a leading band across the area and across the countries. Of course, how is the band guys are doing? Are they all right?
Well, as a band, they're not doing well because we can't meet. I was even having practices, although we had lost all our work. But then now, even for them to come for practice, it's a logistical problem because they're all over Sri Lanka. One guy's in Negombo, another guy's in Malabar, things like that. So ultimately, we decided with the situation, we had to give up even practicing. So we are all at home. But I must say, some of them, I'm very proud of them, that are doing different jobs. Like my female vocalist, she is doing lectures online. Then I have another guy who's making chutneys and stuff like that, and on a personal basis, giving out. I have a third person who's making masks. You know, these
Wow.
not the N90, and he's selling it to all musician friends at a very reasonable price. I have another guy who does Uber driving sometimes, Uber driving, you know, in his free time. So they have all found innovative ways of, you know, doing something without just moping and saying, oh, we don't have work. They're doing other things. One guy is giving guitar lessons. So I think it's very nice to be able to do something and, you know, find alternative avenues of income. But also it makes you feel you're doing something. But one of the worst thing now, if you're a chef, if you can't cook, you know how you'll feel if you can't cook and make your ice cream kotte. It's like that. But you do something. I remember you making ice cream kotte with us in Canada on that tour, and
Correct.
what,
Correct.
you know. So I want to be doing something.
Yes, absolutely, Sonia, because this is something that you can diversify your profession into a very generous and a good way to the others and earn some money as well. As I mentioned earlier, there are some people who make food, some people make some other alternative things and earn money, but everybody is helping each other and doing the right thing. And how is your studio going on these days, Sonia? You are working with the songs, yeah?
Some of the songs that I'm doing, the whole time when I'm free, I go down and mix these songs with my recording engineer. We keep mixing, creating, writing lyrics. All that I'm doing something to keep me occupied. It's important to have a positive frame of mind, and because otherwise, I know some musicians don't who are actually depressed. In fact, some well-known band leaders speak to me and said, "Sohan අය මොකද වෙන්නේ?" මං කිව්වා මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා නෙමෙයි මල්ලි. අපි මොන හරි කරමු. මේක හරියන්නකම් මේක එකපාරට හරියන්නේ නැහැ. අපි මොන හරි කළා අපි බලමු ආපහු මේ අපේ වේදිකාව අපිට ලැබෙනකම් අපි මොන හරි කරමු එතකම්. And so I have been able to actually, quite a few of them, I've been able to encourage them to go into other avenues. I know one other good band leader who's opened a little cafe and he's selling hamburgers and stuff, and that is giving him a good income right now. So I've been encouraging people to do something other than just doing nothing at home, because you have to make something of your life, because this is happening worldwide.
I'm so glad you gave that positive vibes on it, because the people who are watching, remember, this is Zohan Veerasinghe, a prominent and a senior, I would say, a well-known personality in Sri Lanka. If you still don't know what we're talking about, that some different nationalities might watch this program and say, who is this gentleman? He's talking, is he a doctor? Is he a politician? No, he's a lawyer and he's a musician, of course. He's well-known to Sri Lankan. Zohan Veerasinghe, leader of the band Experiment, and also he has got an experiment with this COVID situation. Now he's not going to have any experiments in COVID again, and I'm definitely sure you have a safe life, Sonia. And one final thing you want to add to the community in this pandemic situation, or as a victim of the COVID, anything that you want to tell, especially person taking care of your health and using the personal devices in their social media in the right way, and taking care of your family, and in aspect of everything, if you want to add something.
Okay, all I'm saying is, where our friends are concerned, and even people who have got COVID and all that, if in some way we can help them, may not be in ways of money, but at least talking to them, encouraging them, telling them to be positive and to be positive about even about this disease, and say not to this the but here to show is that never give up bang tune. We have to go on, and be positive, and don't let the disease get into you. Fight it in every possible way. Encourage others, and wherever possible, give them a helping hand and make a mark in that sense to say that I helped so and so to get the vaccine. I helped so and so to get some medicine. I helped so and so to get some groceries. I did something to add to their lives. So when we all of us have a short time to live, one day we are all gone, but at least we can leave behind good memories if you have done something special and made your life an example to others. So all I can say is have a positive attitude and help others and encourage them to beat this pandemic once and for all.
Absolutely gorgeous feeling when you say like that words, Sonaya. Be positive and be negative with your results of COVID, but be positive with your thoughts and be positive with your intention of getting this pandemic situation over and come out with your normal life. And that's the key of ingredients that we can give to everybody. Likewise, Sonaya said, so don't ever expose to the negatives, number of deaths, number of issues that going through. I know there are lots of issues across the world, not only in Sri Lanka, not only in Australia. Every part of the world, the issues going through, even if we live or not, those issues continue. So only thing is we have a life, as Sohanaya said, we have a life next many years. So live that life positively and happily by helping each other, because you and I are human beings, isn't it?
I have add something else. I have lots of friends and a lot of girlfriends in Australia, but all those girlfriends are now married, so I can't say anything. I can't mention their names. I want to give them, if I was around, I would have given them a big hug. With that, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, you just with a little text, you agreed to have a little chat with me. And I'm more than grateful to have you on my chat, because you are just a prominent figure from the day one in my musical career up to now. And he's a naughty boy. And Chris Cannon says Sohan is a naughty boy. How do you think about Chris Cannon, Sohan?
I've known him for years, and I do remember him. I became a naughty boy because of him. I knew him in Oman years ago when I was working for the media company. So I know how naughty Chris is. So tell him to be careful because of Facebook.
All right. Thank you for all our friends in Australia, to Sohanaya, with love and hugs. And stay safe, Sohanaya. Be good and do your music creations. And we love you always. And looking forward to see more songs, and also looking forward to have you in Australia as well. Thank you so much, Sohanaya. Good night. And